And Andy, I heard that was Mike Bentley gonna zoom in? Did Lindsay say? And Sergeant, Staff Sergeant
Oh, the Army guy.
Brian Calhoun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he was gonna give updates to me.
There is a copy of the minutes. If anybody didn't get a chance to look at them, I printed off a copy. There was one thing I caught. I just changed the date on the motion junctions.
Party.
Let me do it. Oh, yeah, it's 6/8, so it's June 8th is the motion junction. Oh, so, what's that?
I would change in a minute.
Okay.
Should say bike rodeo and not file.
Oh, I saw that too.
File.
Yeah, I might have-
File rodeo.
I might have,
Maybe we get some alcohol going, get some vials going in our livers.
I was gonna go, because I've never been to a file rodeo. I might have caught it, Dan, I don't remember. I printed an updated copy before.
I would really kind of think.
Oh, what up? Okay. Randy's not on, but we do have a quorum, and it is 6:01. So, why don't we get started? And Jamie has graciously taken his medicine and agreed to be the note taker. We did make one, I'll make one change to the minutes. Any other update on the minutes or anything? If somebody would make a motion, we could approve those and we could move on. Better late than never. Skip our sound. Oh. So I had on our agenda, I was gonna jump ahead to, Staff Sergeant Brian Calhoun. I don't see him on there yet. He was gonna get on to give us an update on the May 18th, event at Outhouse Park. And the other information that we had, Mike Bentley was gonna try to join us tonight. I know he was looking, the one thing I know that he was looking for feedback on was the two women that do the murals that did Jefferson Park. I don't know if did anyone see that? They did like a summer camp and the kids painted murals at Jefferson Park. They're gonna do the firehouse this year. Apparently that they're talking about doing a mural instead of a sign on the building at Outhouse Park. They were gonna paint a mural that was kind of the same motion junction design. So, somewhere on that pavilion building, I'm not 100% sure. So, but if they join us, we'll kind of cut to them. Really, those were our two big things. And any thoughts or feedback on either of those items before we?
I remember pulling up to Jefferson and thinking, oh, gosh, it looks so nice, but I can't like specifically remember what
Yeah.
it looks like, so.
Yeah. And again, the way Lindsay had explained it to me, there's an area where they would have put a sign anyway, and they would paint a mural. They're very talented, everything that I've seen is fantastic, so.
Who approves that?
We would have to, and I said to Lindsay, I go, we would wanna see, before they painted the mural, we would wanna see kind of a rough copy of what it would look like. And then, she said there would, no cost to the town, that it would be, all finished by the, either the artist or the motion junction, so. And hopefully, if we see those bounce on, Andy, if you see it up there, just let us know, and we'll go back to it. The other thing, really the big thing, was the list of items for, Blue Heron Park. And I don't know, I think, Jamie, you would send in a list. Steph, I saw the list that you had sent. So what Lindsay is doing is combining that list, and then it's gonna forward it to Jared. So I'll just go through real quick. Gina, I think these were the things that you would send in. A fishing dock or some way to safely get on the water at Blue Heron Park. I kind of work out the logistics to that, but, again, possibly these are, incentives that for the incentive zoning that the developer could provide. A boat or kayak launch came up several times, pickleball courts, basketball courts, volleyball courts. So again, some type of courts at that park. Playground, additional pavilion, enhance the Frisbee golf and add signage to the Frisbee golf. Wildlife viewing platform in the northeast corner of the park. Educational nature stops along whatever pathways end up being there, describing the different types of animals that we can see. I think Miller Park has similar types of signage that, lists the different birds, things like that. Some other things, Karen had sent along, issues around accessibility, paved walking paths, accessible benches, picnic tables, accessible bathrooms, handicap parking spots. So I think all of those items would have to come about anyway, with any improvements that we do. Karen mentioned maybe the idea of some pocket parks, little smaller areas around the park where people could sit, benches, maybe a little game table, things like that. She also mentioned playground. From Stephanie's list, fix the drainage issues. Again, we talked about that at our last meeting. Kind of that park really is pretty wet. Bathrooms, upgrade the pathway, more benches, picnic tables, parking, pickleball courts. Some things that I had also added is the addition of trail and sidewalk connections throughout the uptown area. So if possible, maybe they could, pay for any improvements or added trails. I think we would like access to any of the planned sidewalks or trails that they had in and around the new development. Grills, in any sort of picnic area, portable or kind of the little picnic area grills. Possibly if we did do something with a pocket park in those areas, they could also have a grill. A band or a concert area, some sort of performing area. A four-season building similar to the building at Outhouse Park. The existing building, it's building 100, or 400, I can't remember which end it's on, but.
The one down.
Yeah, the one that's off and rented. And definitely any trails that go in there to be paved. I think that's really kind of one of the best things that we've seen at Outhouse Park was the addition of those paved trails. So I'll get those, Andy, added to that list. I know that Lindsay was going to forward this on to the town board. So anything that's come up, Dan, any ideas or Debbie, any other things that you want to add to that list?
Trees. There's a lot of trees in that park.
No.
They're young.
Yeah.
So, we see like nature areas, like wildflowers, something that attracts birds and bees and butterflies kind of thing. Yeah, there's a park over in Lakeville that has landscape areas that are sponsored by people or organizations that are kind of interwoven around the trails. It's really nice. They have the waterfalls in it.
So maybe that's a good idea to not throw that in central zoning, because those guys are gonna come in and offer a bunch of, it's gonna be like bathrooms.
Yeah.
So we could get, I bet you could get sponsors for doing that, like Butterfly Gardens, like Hungry Bear Farms might sponsor like a bee garden,
Yeah.
I think you could try and dig those out. That's a great idea, though.
So some soft stuff is offset the hard playgrounds.
Yep.
Courts.
Yep. So I'll add, trees and vegetation, gardens, landscape gardens.
That might enhance the Frisbee one. I know some people who will play Frisbee. And if we made that the attraction, we could really build up that trees and pollinated ground areas where people are actually walking through them, make it, sit together with existing.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be pressure to move that this fall somewhere else, to be honest with you, because there's so many people that are coming. I mean, they're gonna talk about 900 houses. 900 building units there. So they want it more like a park for people to go do playground and stuff like that. So disc golf takes up a lot of room. So if we could, I'm really, don't really care one way or the other, but it makes sense when if you're gonna put, 900 new families in there some way that you give them.
It's gonna be crowded with
Yeah,
frisbee golf.
disc golf people will be running in the disc golf area, so.
And I know that Lindsay had some ideas about maybe utilizing some other town land
for
to
disc golf,
relocate.
Yeah,
this. Are there 9 holes of golf, of frisbee golf there, or 18? I think it's 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
people play.
Yeah, they do, and I
I
like
used
said
to say
last year,
no, but
Yeah.
there's always somebody playing.
Poor guy that was knee deep in the mud chasing his frisbees out through there, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
So,
There used to be one in Maple, so it's actually hands to the wood.
Yeah.
there's a state park somewhere that has a beautiful course that goes through the woods. It's amazing, but, yeah, I definitely, I mean, maybe there's something that the developer could, we could do a flip flop, or we could, maybe there's a possibility of the relocation of somehow, but again, I think as long as that idea that we want to maintain that frisbee golf, I think if we capture those ideas and what we're doing here, I think that's a good thing. Anything else with ideas for Blue Heron? I think what Dave says though is kind of the idea of if we could get them to do the big things, like a bathroom and a building and.
They're currently offering, playground, paving the trails, and sidewalks, and, men's and women's room. That's what they're offering right now. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
$1 million.
But again, those things all fit with what we.
Yeah.
What we would want to see.
Yeah.
But again, as long as we don't lose these other ideas, I mean, that's once, and we've been waiting for years to really.
Right,
come
some of them are
direction
so
with Blue Heron.
inexpensive that you just throw them in.
Right.
Sidewalks are $400,000 or something.
Right.
So that's the stuff a building would probably put into a development anyway, if the park wasn't there. So
Except they need
leveraging
sidewalks to
park.
go from the development to,
Yeah.
on Firehouse. That's not their development.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, so expensive, we'd love them to do it, from that standpoint. But I'm not for giving up all this other stuff that's really what parks are about, you know what I mean?
Right.
Sidewalks, but it will be multimodal trails, so there'll be a bike path in there.
Yeah. We're enhancing their development with a green space.
Yeah.
Town owned.
Yeah,
They should
absolutely.
be able to-
Right, I'm with you 100%, but I'd like to just spend the $300,000 on the restroom, and, that kind of stuff,
And not 3,000 on some other, right. Let's,
not a $50,000 pickleball court.
Yeah. that we could put in.
Ourselves, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see one there, though,
Yeah. Well, I think once we've figured out maybe what the incentive zoning will add, then we go back to really kind of what we did down at the Uplands at Ononda, and then we designed a new park. I think we're almost starting from scratch with that park.
Blue Heron,
Yeah,
yeah, I think so too.
so,
And when that, most people don't even know about it. And so putting a sign
that's a
out,
town park.
putting a sign out on,
Yeah.
332, attracting people in eventually,
And
bring awareness.
if it was that whole uptown concept, a sidewalk that, eventually is gonna lead back there. I see the area there that goes out by the Nissan dealer, I don't know what the name of that road is. It crosses 332 there. So, but, maybe.
The one that goes to the bus garage?
Yeah, goes out to Airport Road, the other side of the
Airport
street.
Road, yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's right at the development.
Somebody here.
It's probably,
Andy, go ahead and if you wanna check, so.
I think
Or ask to, just click that, ask to unmute. Will that click or no?
yeah, there he is.
So,
Hi, sorry.
go to the Parks and
I'm
Rec
working
Zoom,
on
we
that.
just see a phone number up there, so we're kind of wondering who's checking in with us tonight. We've got a couple people we're waiting on.
Yeah, so
Great.
I'm Staff Sergeant Long with the Canandaigua Army Recruiting Office.
We can't
So,
hear you if you can hear us.
Randy, where's it?
Can you
He's
ask-
Can you hear me now?
We gotta unmute him. You unmute him and see if,
Turn his camera on.
call Randy, see if, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Is Randy unmuted? No. I think we're seamless.
Doesn't want to unmute him.
I think you gotta hear their side too. Nope, he left. Wrong number.
Randy, Randy says I can hear him. Is there someone trying to talk?
Oh,
Oh, he can hear the,
so our speakers aren't turned up? There isn't. TV have, volume?
yeah. I see people fiddling with that, with those boxes up there.
I asked Randy to try to talk to us.
Michael Long?
Waiting room, Michael Long.
Is that?
No.
Nothing came back.
Jerry, turn it off and then back on.
Looks like it's.
I can zoom in, you can try.
I've asked Randy to try to talk to us.
It looks like you probably picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it hears us.
It says we have to unmute. Yeah, could you click Randy to unmute him over there?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Now we have Michael Long.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't mute him.
Someone could, zoom in and.
I'm trying to do that.
put speakers on.
No, it happens to everybody.
Well, when Lindsay's here, I thought nobody's trying to like get in.
Randy's frustrated. He typed all caps.
He's yelling at you.
Yeah, try one of the other speakers. See what the heck. Sorry.
Michael, we're having trouble with our audio. I don't know if you can hear us. If you can hear us, give us a thumbs up.
So hit yes.
Thumbs up from Michael.
Hello, testing 1, 2.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Into work. So was the other one?
Does this happen at other meetings too, Dave?
Yeah.
So it's working now?
Yeah, I think the mic,
But the.
so the speakers would be the Realtek ones, what we want to use.
There's no remote to the TV.
So I think this is the drug.
No volume on here.
It was on the side.
on the
Oh.
side. It's also-
Let me in, and we'll see if I can, we'll play with mine to see if we can hear or not hear.
So Randy can hear the other participant, he can hear mine.
Yeah. So turn that off, Mark, and turn it back on, see what happens.
Might be ready to come.
I'm assuming that's the speaker.
So if you guys can hear me,
Nope.
No, it's happening.
Oh. That's all input. Right?
Randy, can you hear me?
Microphones.
Michael, can you hear me?
Here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm on my phone. We're trying to figure out the speakers here. We can't hear you, but you can hear us. So we're trying to doodle our way through this.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm
Look on your cameras, just to see if having both, like go to
I'm one of the-
Randy.
I'm one of the Army recruiters out here in Canandaigua, so I was just
Okay.
here for the military appreciation stuff.
Yeah, and we're expecting an update. I mean, we actually could do it from my phone, maybe. Let me see how bad the feedback is in here. And maybe if I mute,
We muted ourselves,
yeah.
muted in here, so there won't be feedback, and basically we can go through your phone.
So yeah, then we can go through my phone. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, we can hear you on my phone now. So if you want to carry on, that'd be fine.
Okay, awesome. I don't know where y'all were in the meeting. I heard a lot of talk about sidewalks and stuff. I don't know if y'all were trying to kind of square out the like square footage of the area or whatnot, but
No, it was something totally unrelated to what you're doing. So we're just
Oh,
waiting on,
okay.
we'll wait for your input. We were talking about a totally different park.
Oh, got you. Okay. So I'll be quite honest with you. I was just kind of thrown into this last minute. Staff Sergeant Calhoun had some stuff with his church that came up, so he wasn't able to make it to the meeting. But I'm just kind of here to answer any questions that you'll have.
Really, Mike, we were just kind of looking at an update on where you're at with your planning. How are things going with getting everything organized? Really just an informational, piece was all we were looking for.
Okay. So I wish I could tell you had everything planned out, but it's not quite that good yet. We've gotten with all the branches. All the branches will be bringing something to the table as far as equipment wise. I know the Air Force has talked about bringing a flight simulator. The Navy was talking about bringing some equipment down. The Marines was talking about bringing like 1 or 2 vehicles, and we're also trying to acquire some vehicles from the reserve unit in Pinyin. But as far as personnel goes, I know we're going to at least have 2 people for each piece of equipment that comes out. And let's see what else.
There was talk about a
yeah.
helicopter. Is there any chance that that's going to happen?
Yeah, so the helicopter fell through. Fort Drum backed out kind of the last minute. We got that notification about a week ago. We did submit the whole request and everything, and it seemed like it was going to go through, but it fell through. They had another mission that came out that they needed support for.
Oh, that's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah, that was like our our bread and butter that we were trying to bring out, because that would have been awesome. But yeah, it fell through on Fort Drum's end. I don't really know what else I can really offer, because the branches, like I know Staff Sergeant Calhoun was kind of the point of contact for the like all the military branches, but from what he was telling me like when he left today, is that the branches are kind of working individually to get their own equipment. There's no specifics on what has been confirmed to be coming out, because it's sad to say, but the military works kind of last minute, and then they kind of show up.
As long as they show up when they're needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no,
pretty much how it
I don't
works.
think, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, again, we were just, I know you've been working with Lindsay. We also have Andy here from the Parks and Rec staff. And I just know from their point of view that they just, want to make sure that, they've coordinated parking areas and kind of your needs. So it sounds like, Sergeant Calhoun has been in touch with Lindsay, and really those needs, she continues to contact Lindsay and Andy as needed. So.
Yeah, that's what Staff Sergeant Calhoun was saying, was that he was talking with Lindsay and Andy about everything, and keep them as updated as he can with the changes and stuff. As far as the parking and stuff, I know we have 2 officers that have volunteered to come work the event. I don't know what police department they're from, but we do have 2 officers coming to help with that. And then we've also put out to the local high schools that we were looking for some volunteers, just to help out here and there everywhere, just with anyone who needs help. We haven't really gotten any confirmed responses from that, but we're hoping to get some maybe this week or next week, because we're all doing some table setups out there and touching base with the counselors and the senior staff, because they're usually wanting their students to get some volunteer hours before graduation.
Right.
Well, good. I think that from our point of view, as long as you continue to coordinate with Andy and Lindsay with everything, we're in good shape, and we'll hope for good weather that day, and that, everything all the pieces fall into place for you.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for too. Mainly, like you said, the weather, because if it keeps going like it's going, it doesn't look good. It's been kind of raining on and off and cloudy, and hoping for sunshine and good weather for that whole week, hopefully.
Well, good. That helps us out, and I mean, we won't keep you any longer. We'll move along with our agenda, and definitely reach out if there's things that you need, and any developments. Keep Lindsay and Andy up to date.
All right, will do, sir. I'll make sure that Staff Sergeant Calhoun gets the update, and tell him to keep doing what he's doing.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, no problem, gentlemen. Have a good night.
You too.
They do have food trucks, right, Andy?
Yeah, we have, 3 food trucks now.
Yeah.
And that's the 18th from 10 to 5.
Is it 10 to 5, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are do you know who the food trucks are?
It's gonna be maybe people that Dar's Delight, Felix Hobbs.
Yeah. Okay, good.
While some of the other ones just randomly show up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Cooks was booked that day.
Cooks was, like, Spinning Lakes was, they were supposed to get that to me.
They're not gonna. So I haven't, I did finally get in touch with them. They're not doing much with the food truck this year, I guess. Focusing on other business opportunities. So, but, so again, I mean, and Lindsay will, if there's something comes up, I mean, she'll let us know. And but I mean, they're what, 3 weeks out? So, sounds like they still got a few pieces to put together. So, but, I wonder, do you have any idea if they've submitted like something that would go out in our newsletter? I haven't seen any advertising, but I'm not a huge Facebook. Has anybody seen any?
They have an advertisement, and they said they were gonna put them up all over the place. They dropped one off at Outhouse, so I just put it up by the restaurant.
Yeah.
Other than that,
We should get them on the sign. Kim's running the sign. Is Kim doing the electronic? Those scoreboard signs? Not Lindsay, I know. Yeah, I think it is Kim, so maybe email her, Mark.
Yeah, and maybe she could reach out and get something thrown together quick. Friday's the deadline for the newsletter.
Yeah,
I think just the fact that we advertise that the 3 food trucks are gonna be there. I think in fairness to the food trucks that agreed to come, you know, do what we can to get the word out. So, I'll touch base with Lindsay on that. I think Lindsay said that they did get trained for that sign. So, that digital sign there, the new one.
Yeah, I knew she was talking about it.
Yeah, okay, okay. So I mean, we didn't really have, was there much else on, Blue Heron where we're in pretty good shape? Anything that we want to add to that? Again, that list will go to Jared, and then, I'm assuming Dave, whoever's working on that zoning thing, will see that list or have an idea.
yeah, I think the whole town board, I mean, there's incentive zoning is the thing that everyone has.
Okay.
But input from you guys would be good.
So yeah, we'll finalize this list. Lindsay started a document and was just kind of tagging, you know, each of the additional comments on there. So, and I'll make sure that she gets the, you know, the things that we added tonight to add to the list. Let's see what else. We can jump through ours. I still don't see anything with Mike Beck. I hope he doesn't have to go through that.
Well, at least now we know what to do.
Yeah, now we have a procedure. So, bless you.
What are the rules on the dog park? In park?
On adding a dog park?
Well,
Or having dog in the park?
I guess either, because with all these people, it's gonna be a bunch of.
Oh, you mean Blue Heron?
Yeah, like Blue Heron, we're bringing in this housing.
I mean, it's a leash, we have leash law, you know, yeah, so they have to leash the dogs.
Cause I know down across from like the winery there, with the cage there.
Yeah.
I think you could have that, you know, there.
Right, and they're.
And I don't know if you put in a little fenced in area.
I know talking about adding a dog park in this town before, the town made a large donation to that dog park. I don't know how the agreement works.
It might be a city resident.
No, it's the town, definitely kicked in money on it.
Yeah, I didn't get a dollar amount, but I was told a considerable amount, so I don't know what.
Has anyone been to it? I don't know how you get in it or anything.
When I first opened, I thought I read that you had to be a city resident. I was not a city resident.
Buffalo Street?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I look in there, people use it.
Yeah,
I drive
there all
over
the
there
time.
every day.
Yeah.
And I look
yeah, there's people there all the time.
Because that had come up a couple years ago about, an area to maybe add a dog park, and the comment was, we've contributed a large amount of money, and so.
But the cool thing with Blue Heron is you can maybe even.
Yeah.
Bring the dog there. I have an idea, because there's one much housing, and there's people.
People will have pets.
they're gonna be walking
Right.
their dogs, they're
Yeah.
gonna do what sidewalks, do trails,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we consider.
again, state. So
Yeah.
Get frisbee golf, and then we're packing them all in.
Yeah.
Can't have all.
Well, maybe we could encourage them to have a dog park on their back
Yeah.
corner, on their back corner
On their
over
piece of land, yeah.
Richter Road or something, or, you know? So, or maybe an area that they're not as able to develop as much or something, but,
Well, I know the issue with the CACC, which is right next door. A lot of people are coming to play basketball, and they move up the basketball. On the court.
I saw people there yesterday playing basketball.
So they shattered one of them last night. You know, there's people there
Yeah,
in need of.
there's gonna be a lot more people there.
Yeah.
Just make it up to myself, coordinate, see if there's been, I mean, there must have been discussion with school and with the town and.
I don't know, yeah. Because school, they do a lot in the pond.
Yeah.
They used to do it,
Yeah.
build your own boat. They run their canoes on those ponds.
Andy, just talking about that pond, is there any plan to, I know that the rope had been put around to discourage the geese. Was that, I mean, it's missing most of the way around the pond. Is that
Yeah,
something
I
that would be
think it-
replaced again, or?
I don't think it really, it doesn't really
Did-
work.
did
It didn't
you-
really- Yeah, so I've been wanting to take it down, but, for now,
Yeah.
leave it up, and then we're looking into other methods, we're looking at some way to lighting, like red lights we put out.
Yeah.
Tom Calasano,
Yeah.
he's a billionaire, he can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get rid of those geese.
No,
I think that's just, I think you just have to say,
Yeah.
unless the dogs work great, but gotta have them on a leash.
Yeah.
I was just reading that Baker Dog Park, you just have to go to the city to register your dog, we have to like, fill Yeah.
Vaccination.
yeah, and then like liability, sign up on liability.
Yeah.
And so there's residents and not.
We were working with the DEC on relocating them. Yeah, they would come, like, collect the eggs and stuff. Keep preventing. From becoming residents.
Yeah, yeah. So the eggs that are hatched there, that they come back there, they don't go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's home. Like the European starlings, my shit.
And those islands are a deal.
Yeah, there's no one that can get to them, right?
Especially if you don't have a kayak launcher.
Or dogs, or shotgun.
So.
So this is the town. Try to help me.
As long as you shoot over water.
Some osprey and a couple eagles up there, maybe we put an osprey nest platform and just put that right on the island.
So are we good with Blue Heron then? And we'll finalize this list. And then again, I'm sure if the town park or the town board has any more questions for us as their negotiations progress.
Right.
So, Lindsay had asked, there's discussion about adding the flashing light signs by Motion Junction. The paved trail comes up to the road and then it will connect to a sidewalk. I don't know, the forms are already in if you've been around Motion Junction, so when they pour that. So the highway department will stripe that area, but would like to consider using the flashing lights. You push the button, the lights flash. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So,
Crosswalk.
yeah, so if the committee supports this, then it would be brought to the attention of the town board for approval. So I think any support of making it safer for pedestrians crossing that road there. Summer, lots of new staff, Andy, with a lot of the existing staff have kind of finished up college and gone on their own way, so a lot of new hires for this summer.
Yeah, for the gatehouse and rangers, there'll be a lot of, people. We had people come back and. Yeah, this year.
So a lot of training and a lot of new people, so, yeah.
I think Lindsay said 22, isn't that 22 people? Are you hired? Seasonal. Somewhere, it's a big number like that, lifeguards and everything.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
A quick update on Motion Junction. Construction of the pavilion is still underway, making good headway. Parks, or the highway, along with the parks crew, will be working on paving, landscaping, finishing the sidewalks, and kind of some final touches before that June, did I say the 8th? Before the June 8th open. Landscaping will be ongoing. But again, the main focus is gonna be to make things, look sharp around the pavilion, and everything on the playground is complete. And again, she had mentioned that Mike Bentley was looking for some feedback on the mural. If Lindsay hears back from Mike, would we be in support of, rather than a sign up on the building, a painted mural by two artists? We would preview the mural, and there would be no cost to the town to paint that, from what Lindsay said. Is that something we would support, a painted mural as compared to a printed sign?
In what building again?
It would be on that new
The
pavilion.
new pavilion at Motion Junction.
On a wall that there was a sign planned there, and they're thinking is now a painted mural by these two local artists.
And this is the same mural we were talking about.
Yeah. So, but again, I'll pass that along to Lindsay, that we had that discussion. Brian Calhoun.
Can I bring something?
Yep.
When you had said the flashing, lights for crossing, I just thought about after you moved on. What about on that road? What about speed bumps? Or something to slow? I just feel like some people use it as a cut through and they fly through. And it's getting busier and busier, which is good with kids.
I don't know if we can,
There's a plan for a complete
Yeah.
street, what they call it. So there's gonna be, eventually there'll be a median in there that will slow people down, kind of like on Lake Shore. But I agree with you, they don't put speed bumps in because they can't plow, so they say, I'm a speed bumps person too, but, and people fly through there with kids, so. But the only thing they're gonna try to do is, it gives you the illusion that you should slow down.
Right.
But people still go 50 on Lake Shore Drive as well.
and do we don't have the ability as a town to change speed limits, right?
I think we can change the speed limit there, but it's already 35.
Oh, is that, I was
Yeah.
thinking it's 45.
No, I think it's 35.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to make it 30. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bunch of kids flying.
Yeah. Well, and we had talked a long time ago about one of those, the radar signs, you know, that at least, I mean, I know that I usually, if it flashes at me, I usually slow down for it.
Get off the
You know, yeah, you know. I don't know, I mean, maybe the price, the thing before was they were extremely expensive. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very expensive. They're putting them in touch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no, I think that's definitely something that as that park gets more and more use.
Yeah.
You know.
You could ask the sheriff, they have that portable one.
Yeah.
Put it there once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, like you can remove that, right?
Right,
No,
right,
they're for
right.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So. I think that was all I had to oh, the other thing, and I'll double check with Lindsay. She has a commitment, our May meeting, which we were gonna meet at, Schoolhouse. So she said, did she tell you yet you're on the hook for the May meeting? Okay. So she said she would rather meet here because the technology is so much better.
Yes, fantastic.
So is that okay if we move our May meeting back here rather than Schoolhouse? Unless, I mean, I'll touch base with Lindsay, maybe, is it easier to just meet here, or is it easier to reschedule the meeting and meet there? We could put off Schoolhouse till June or something, or bounce it to the August meeting or something. So, okay, so that's, I guess that could come up at the end, but, So that's really the only updates that I have from Lindsay. Uptown Blue Heron update, we've dealt with that. The outhouse park events, I think really are only, you have that, is that flyer there? So we do have, that's just a quick, rough, I mean, something like that could go on our webpage, and it could go, anyone that could post to you know, any of the Facebook or, what's that? That social media stuff. And it, with that flyer, I mean, that can go out in our newsletter for May. So those are all confirmed dates. I struggled with, I think it's good that people know when different food trucks are there, you know, with the date. So,
Again, we should put that every week on who's ever there.
absolutely.
On
Yep.
the sign,
Yep.
because
Yep.
it'll come through.
Food truck this Wednesday, or
Yeah,
food truck
and-
here
and,
Wednesday,
You know,
Bosco's, Cook's.
cooks, right,
Right.
yeah, who's ever there,
Yeah.
right.
So, and then of course the 3 dates, the June 12th, the July and the August, 2 food trucks and scoops will be there. The bands are confirmed, the food trucks are confirmed, everything for the concerts is set. So we can start getting that out. I started a flyer for the 3 concert nights, a separate flyer that just would list the concerts. What I've been waiting on was the sponsorships. So I did end up with 2 more sponsorships actually today. I had to go to Eric's office, so I see Eric, but Eric has agreed to sponsor, and the new equipment dealership up on 332, Iron Man Equipment Rentals. So he's gonna do a sponsorship. I've left the form with, what's the auto wash, the local one,
Yeah.
what's Bobby's
Yeah.
last name, married to Emily Mom. So, I left the flyer with them, they're gonna get the Bobby, flyer with Jeff Hanford. And I talked to Mayflowers, apparently Mayflowers donates a lot of stuff to the city, or to the town already. So he said, he goes, let me look at my list of donations.
Yeah.
So I said, I was
Created at 250.
Oh, yeah, he's already given us 250, so, but, yeah. So I don't know, Jamie, you had heard,
Nothing out of Cheshire?
so, not that I've heard anything.
Well, somebody's gonna. I didn't get the chance to actually talk to Dave.
Yeah,
I went to there and the Trowbridge.
yeah,
They said, yeah, we'll pass it on, tell them about it.
yeah. I had texted with Lindsay and said, hey, has the town received any of the flyers? So, she didn't indicate, or I haven't heard back from her, I didn't text her till about 4:30, 5 o'clock, so. On the flyer is May 1st. Anything that we had sooner, the deadline for the May newsletter is, this Friday. So I would, what we do have, I think I'll try to get on a flyer. I'll print up a flyer and I'll recognize the ones that we do have. I think if we send something out, it ought to go out. And then we could send out a follow-up and add any new, with the May one deadline. So, and then anything we post internally on our Facebook page, of course, can be changed, anytime we get any more, but if there's any more that come up, I mean, we're at 3 now, I would, you know who else I texted with, Jeff Carson, Karen Day Brothers, Seal Coating. So, but if we get at least one more, we're at $1,000. So
Right.
we're at $750 right now we had the one from the Republican committee, so we're at 3. So,
You have to reach out to somebody in town, like Luke Abbott, he's power question.
yeah.
He's technically short of us.
No, anybody.
Advertising for him and
Yeah, that's what I was
Canandaigua,
thinking.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll-
Oh, that would be great. Is he the one over on, on 96 there, what's it called?
Yeah,
All clean or
all clean, all.
yeah, that's
And he's,
blowing up there.
well, that's why I can imagine. They'll post stuff sometimes, like, hey, who's in charge of the Christmas tree in the middle of Brooksville? We wanna do the like, just offers up this type of stuff, so I can see this.
Yeah. So he would be recognized on social media. We're gonna get a banner to put up at each of the concerts.
And on the digital side.
It'll be on the digital sign, so, but, yeah, no, that would be great. Let me know if anything you
I mean,
need, so, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if we pick up a couple more, we'll be over $1,000, so, which would be awesome. So, so the other things, so concerts are set, the food truck nights are set, movie night. I don't have an answer on when ice is gonna go down at the Civic Center. Dave Corfield, his mother-in-law actually passed away, and he's kind of been out of touch this week. But, do we stick with our plan and go at Outhouse Park? Like we did the first year and just go with outside on that date, on the 16th of August?
I wasn't there last time. Like, worked out well
Yeah.
because of the weather, but you
Yeah.
think the price is probably gonna go up considerably, right? To be
I think for the Civic Center,
it doesn't really.
I don't think there was any, I don't think we ever got billed for using the Civic Center.
Yeah.
Because they were nice. So, and I know the lady that was very active at the Civic Center working there last year. So I know, double. But, I mean, do we just proceed right now with going outside on August 16th? The other issue is we don't have any bounce houses right now. The bounce house guy has sold our bounce house. So,
We have one outside, as long as the mice have it.
well, but I thought about that bounce house.
Do you
but-
know about that outside?
Yeah, I do.
Courtesy of the, your,
The problem would be the bounce house companies come with all their own liability.
I know, I was gonna say.
So unless you're willing.
throw it
to-
in there.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
So Lindsay and I are working on securing another bounce house vendor. Joe said he would still do the movie. So I want to double check because I haven't heard back from him in a couple of weeks. But originally he said, I'll do the movie and the sound and everything with a big blow up screen because I just can't do bounce houses. So, what are our thoughts on? I mean, do we go with that plan like we did before and hope for good weather? Do we? We're 50-50. We had it outside, or do we have it twice outside? Oh, we've had it twice outside, and then once inside. So. If we can wiggle around, if not, we cancel it. So. And what I've done this year, I've kind of separated, everything was movie night and concerts. And I kind of separated them a little bit just so that maybe we have a little more lead time. We have till late August to deal with the movie. So the concerts, I mean, they begin in June, so, I mean, we'll be getting the word out, so. If we can secure bounce houses, I mean, any other thoughts or options, or do we just go with an outside and keep it like that? We're good with that? Dave, the ag committee would still, indoors or outdoors, would still be interested in setting up?
I don't know what their directions, they haven't met like 2 months, they pushed back, but I'll ask them.
But I mean, same type of thing, I mean, they bring some parts, some tractors. they
Yeah,
do.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
would like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta figure out, yes.
Okay.
I'll ask.
Okay, so we'll proceed as if it's gonna be the 16th, unless in the next couple of weeks we hear anything bounce house wise, or, I mean, even if we can't secure bounce houses, we can still do an outdoor movie at the playground with food trucks. So, and Scoops and Cooks right now are confirmed for the movie. I need to check in with one of those other lists to see if they do the movie or the food truck on that Friday night, so.
There's a place called Just Bounce in Rochester.
That might, I might have sent them a notice.
They've got
They might,
20 different bounce houses.
there was one that I heard back, they said they wouldn't come to Canandaigua. And it was the first one that popped, was that the first one that popped up on
No, it's a
on
little
Amazon
further down.
or on Google? But
A little bit
anyway,
further down.
yeah, I've sent a few, you know, you fill out the form online.
Yeah, yeah.
There was one, the only one that I heard back from was, we don't come to Canada. So, and Lindsay said that she would reach out, so I'm assuming she's done some work trying to track down bounce house, or bounce houses. So, that's really all I have. I don't know if there's any other that we wanna have, or an other, it's 9:45, we gotta.
Whew.
Awesome. Okay, well, thanks. So we'll meet here next time. Lindsay won't be here. Maybe we come in and, I'll come in and do a trial run. Andy and I will come in and figure out we'll practice Zooming or something ahead of time. But Dave, this happens, happen?
It actually happens more, it doesn't work more than it works. But,
I'll have that movie show you. how to-
yeah, sometimes some people are,
There is Tyler, but he's not here every day.
and it's universal, it's the other one doesn't work. Literally half the time. No, I think it's I assume it's us. The other one is Zoom. But it often doesn't.
You know what? During COVID, it never seemed to be a problem. I feel like it always was.
But we updated something,
Apparently.
some software that we updated, and all this stuff's working, yeah, I mean, that's really what happened. Paid more, we paid more and we got less.
Andy, thank you. I appreciate
Thanks,
you
Andy,
coming
yeah.
on.